What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. This is a match that we haven't seen in a little bit, although it used to kind of dominate previous formats. Flame Champion 14, 1375 versus SL Secrets, 1495. So we saw a Dante and what is that, a Sir? Yep. He mirror forces, despite knowing his opponent really won't go neg at all. He must have really wanted to keep that Helix alive. Now I believe he's already used Grab, so he can't special summon it. He may have wanted to make sure that he didn't get blown out by he may have wanted to make sure that he didn't get blown out by Fire Lake. I find it a little interesting that he didn't put Downer Magician on this. Yeah, a little weird. I'd actually still have one Dante. I think I need to get rid of it. Dante's always floating around $60, and I don't think that there's anything that I want. Obviously, I could pick up the Star Thrust for my Tellarknights, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I should pick up Qliphort. I feel like I can get literally the entire deck. I could trade my one Dante, and I can get the whole fucking Qliphort deck. You guys tell me if that's something I should do, because I kind of feel like, I'd rather do that. Like, why invest more money in the Burning Abyss or Dolls where I don't have the complete deck? I did have the complete deck for Dolls, but then I did dumb shit. When I could, trade one Dante and get like the whole fucking Qliphort deck. Maybe even, yeah, I probably want to ultra skill drain in that bitch too. Alright, so anyways, back to the duel. You see he's gonna get Scout. I'm expecting him to get Monolith here. Back row are problematic. If you've already got the plus from, your Scout, you need to take care of the back row. Don't leave this duel up to things like, you know, don't potentially let a Fire Lake end up wrecking you. You know what I mean? Get rid of the Fire Lake while you can. So he's going to tribute for Disc. Looks like he's going to get Vanity'd, so Disc won't trigger. That could have been, way worse for Flame Champion. I don't really think that you care about Vanities at all. I don't think that you'd want, yeah, you can't, you have to go ahead and pop the other one. I mean, I guess you could pop the Vanities, but like, I'd rather take the pluses, man. I'm an advantage player. I play the numbers. Like, if I know I'm not going to kill you, then fuck it. I'm just going for advantage. Alright, so Disc is met with Book of Moon. And he still should get his Sacrifice Search. Monolith wouldn't be bad here, because he could Pendulum his dude back and he could still get a draw. So I think I like Monolith. He takes Stealth instead. Okay, he knows more than me, probably. Ah, he does know more than me. He's got that Summoner's Art. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go on Pojo, and I'm gonna try and trade my Dante for the whole Qliphort deck. See if somebody will bite on that. Oh lord, he has 2 Summoner Arts? That's no good. Okay. Did he just activate 2 Summoner Arts and search once? I must be losing it. Alright, so he summons back Disc. He summons back Helix. And he'll draw 1 during the end phase. And it's looking like he's in a good position right now. As long as he doesn't get Fire Lake, he definitely has control of this duel. The thing about Burning Abyss is, since they're rank 3, the rank 3 pool isn't good for blowing up back row. Like, or blowing up spell and traps that are already on the field. And it's just not good for dealing with that problem. He's met with Dark Hole. Okay. Don't get OTK'd here, cause it can happen. And by OTK'd, I know not 8,000, but Burning Abyss can definitely do 64. Generally they need Tour Guide, but, you know, just saying, it can happen. It'll probably involve like 2 Dantes and an Acid Golem or something like that. Maybe a Dante Virgil and an Acid Golem. Oh, well, if he's gonna Mathematician, he's definitely not OTKing anybody because he's locking down his own field. So he had that Recreate, which is really good in this position. It's good against this and it's good against Tour Guide. I don't think that there's any way that Flame Champion has any back row destruction. I mean, we know that he has Rubik in his hand and Graph in his hand, that leaves him with one unknown card. Okay. I'm like, well, you do realize if you special summon, that motherfucker will blow itself up. Don't do that. Alright, so it looks like he's just gonna pass doing the damage from Mathematician. The question will be, how does SL Secret wanna approach this? I think I'd probably bounce the Mathematician and just go YOLO. Like, I don't know if he has a disc or not. But then again, he does have the recreate, so that would kind of like, yeah, that throws a monkey wrench in things. No, he could still use disc. Yeah, all he has to do is call, yeah, he could still use disc. Disc is, chain link. Disc is chain link too. So, it'll resolve before that. So, it looks like he's gonna pendulum summon. I don't know if I get the whole deck now that I think about it. Yeah, I might be able to. Alright, so he's bringing out all his homies. I actually think Killer would be good here. Like, if he had, towers, like, that'd be the perfect play. Attack the Mathematician, start using the effect. So he's tributing Scout, Stealth, going for Disc. And he's going to activate the effect. Once again, Recreate is Chain Link 1 and Disc is Chain Link 2. So, yeah, there's really no reason not to try and go for an OTK in this situation because you're playing against Burning Abyss. There's no Burning Abyss of Valkyrus. You can give your opponent the card and really not have to care about it if you definitely know that you have game on board. He needs to take 1300 from that attack for starters. And then he'll take, 36 from the other two dudes? I mean, that's definitely game on board. Not to mention he was going to be able to draw 2 more cards during the end phase. That's another reason why I really like Effect Veiler and Qliphort. Like, one of the problems with players who played Qliphort in the past, like, they would use Monolith and they would sometimes draw 2-3 cards, and then Necros will, if you're drawing 3 cards, that means you drop towers and you should win. But like a lot of times they would draw like 2 cards for a disc or for a stealth, and then the Necros player would like just Trishula them and kick their chest in. So it's like you need to be able to draw cards that actually do shit. You know what I mean? Like in Cleese, the only thing, if you draw, I believe, I have to read Monolith actually again. I believe if you draw the MSC, you can activate those during the end phase. But like everything else, if you draw traps or like other good cards, other monsters that maybe you want to summon, mainly just traps, you can't set them. So, you know, that's why you run Effect Veiler. That's a trap that you don't have to set, you know? So when your opponent opens with that Manju, and you can stop them from going into the Kaleidoscope that ends up with you getting Exotoned or Ragnazeroed or Castelled, or, you know, leads to a Trishula, and then you just get your butt whooped. Like, I want to be able to draw cards. Maxi to a lesser extent, but like, I don't know. I really like Veiler and Qliphort. I actually have recorded another DN duel involving, it was Necros and Qliphort, and I don't know, it was actually with SL Secret. I don't think I like Mirror Force in this deck. And my reasoning was, I don't think that you can bully Qliphorts. Like, the monsters and the way the deck is constructed the way the art type is constructed, like, it's just gonna be a damn near impossible deck to bully. Like, all the monsters are 1800 minimum, and with skill drain, they have the potential of going to like 28. You know what I mean? And then you can get even more attack with sacrifice. You can get even more attack with your pendulum scales. Like, you know how hard it is to bully a deck when the fucking monsters can get to like 3100 consistently? Like, it's so hard to do that. So like, why are you afraid of your opponent attacking with monsters? Like, you shouldn't be. Now, you see both players constantly setting cards back and forth. I know what this means. This means that Flame Champion has like a Fairy Wind, an MST, and a Twister down. Because there's no way he would have this many cards and just not use any of them. I mean, I guess there's a chance that he can, I would have attacked first and then asked. Oh, so he activates Crush Card Virus. That's kind of brutal. Let's see what that does. Well, obviously it's going to kill the Helix. Activates Trap Stun. I'm going to say, yeah, I would have Trap Stunned. Cause why didn't he use Farfa then? I think we have a misplay by Flame Champion. Yeah, if you Farfa'd if he trap stun, that means the shadow mirror is not online, which means you could have used Farfa. You could have used Farfa and you could have banished the Helix. Oh wait, no, I'm lunching. I'm so dumb. This is level 3. This is level 4, unaffected. Okay, totally forgot about that. All right, so looks like he's gonna activate Karma Cut. Does he really have this much back row with no spell and trap removal? Like that is. Oh, okay, there it is. So he activates the MST after the cost is paid for Karma Cut. So it looks like he'll be able to get both monsters or both cards. And then be able to trigger the graft, unless it's vanityed or, yep, there it is. Every time I mention a card, it seems like that shit always happens. It never fails. So, Flame Champion may have an answer to vanities, or he may not realize that it actually happened. But, yeah, even if that, whoa, dude, okay, he's gonna Twister. I'm like, even if the graft was paid as a cost, it would activate in another chain, which vanities could just be chained onto that chain. So it would stop it. But he had the Twister though. He had the Twister. So obviously he was still good. Card advantage definitely with Secret right now, despite the fact that he went second and has not even seen a scout yet. I mean, stopping that crush card was pretty big because he just lost a lot of it. He lost a lot of momentum. Lost his only monster and didn't even kill anything. So let's see what Secret has. Now I wonder. Nah, he couldn't be siding in Flying Sea. Not a good card against Burning Abyss. Too big of a chance that you could have a pendulum scale and then you wouldn't be able to summon it. He has to normal summon Monolith. Looks like he's going to... Oh, he chains Maxi on the Sir. This is big. Really big. Because now if he attacks the Graph, he's putting his opponent in a position where he's either going to plus him or he's just not going to get anything out of it. But anytime you have to summon Monolith via Tribute Summon, not a good situation. I really hope that he has, yeah, I was gonna say, you better have a Karma Cut or something. Could he have a Trap Stun? That'd be too good, right? Advantage pretty much, it's kind of dead even right now. I think he may have meant to put his Graph in attack mode. We see an end phase MST hitting a Phoenix from Wind Blast. And Secret, he cannot get to his scout for anything. Alright, so he definitely says, I'm going to start attacking with Graph now. I mean, keep in mind, each time he attacks with Graph, that's one less time that he can use Scout, essentially. So, there's very minimal risk. But there's a lot of reward. So it looks like he's going to attack the Graph. No fear. Regeki break is used. He has to pitch the original Regeki. Oh, that sucks for him. Because Trap Stun is played. The question will be, what do you get now? I think you get a Sir and just leave him in defense mode and just chill with him. It is still, okay, so he's getting Skarm. I think if I'm Secret, I think I would rather you have the Skarm because if you don't draw a monster, I can't kill the Skarm, but it also can't do anything. Like, you're not gonna ram Skarm into my guy just to get a tour guide during the end phase. Like, that's so slow. So he gets, that's exactly why I thought that Sir would have been a better play because if he doesn't draw a BA, he has to just sit there with the Skarm and pass turn. And you can't get anything out of it. At least with a Sir, you could crash with it. You could get the Graph out. You can make some other plays. Alright, so looks like he finally is able to get the Scout. I'm not going to say that's sack. I mean, we're like 5 turns into the duel and my man has not just been able to resolve a Scout. So that Scout is obviously met with Twister. Has to give up 500 life points. He then just passes. I mean, the good thing is Flame Champion can special BAs now. He has the Dark Hole Skarm, which will get him his tour guide. Somewhat of a desperate play. Oh, he gets Sir instead, which probably means his back row is like Phoenix from Wind Blast or Regeki Break or something. This dude has traps galore, but a lot of times he's been hit with Trap Stun. So Secret is not even going to attempt to Pendulum Summon this game. He just summoned his dudes and going YOLO. Disc is put right back on top of the deck, and he'll get the Skarm once again. Here's where Flying Sea would do some serious work. But Flame Champion he hasn't been able to get the other BA. Looks like he finally has it. Now is when Torrential would have came in handy. He's got Dante. Detaches the Skarm. Goes for 3. Hits nothing good. A lot of Spell and Trap Destruction. That gets mirror forced. He just doesn't want to take the damage. He's going to get Surge to his hand. And I think that's it. Okay, he's going to special summon it in defense mode. Then during his end phase, he's going to search for Tour Guide. Now, obviously, SL Secret will draw another disc. He's going to attack. Okay, and what's going to be the play? He gets Dante. That is the obvious play there. And just pass his turn. Dude, he has to have like 8 max season in his hand. Are you kidding? What is in your hand that you have not used? Thank you. I'm like, dude, you've literally had those same 2 cards in your hand for like the last 3 turns. Like, they have to be hand traps. Otherwise, why aren't they on the field? So Valor is obviously used on Tour Guide. Pretty much shutting down. Stop being an idiot, Flame Champion. Alright, so Valor was used on the Tour Guide, which means it's probably going to die. Has no way of really advancing his plays. Can't Fire Lake him. Can't play any of those really good discard trap cards. So, I mean, he's in a really good position. All he has to do is just run over the Tour Guide. I mean, his opponent could have made a Downer Magician. I don't understand why Flame Champion hasn't been making Downer Magicians. Is it like he doesn't run the card or what? I'm also a little surprised that SL Secret hasn't tried to pendulum summon the old-fashioned way. I mean, I guess he might not have the scales, especially the 9s. But he may not have the advantage, honestly. So he'll obviously attack Tour Guide. She's dead. Yeah, he must just have lots of hand traps. Both players passing back and forth. Once again, no Downer Magician made. Activates Upstart Goblin because life points. Who gives a fuck about him, right? Only need 1 to win. And I don't know if he has a play or not. 3 cards in hand. You'd like to think that you have some type of play. Going for a rank 4 Exceed would be risky as he summons the Helix. Like if you go for Castell, that would be kind of risky because if your opponent has a Regeki break, you are done. So he's going to do exactly what I was talking about, and he's met with Regeki break. And the problem is he loses his materials. They don't go to the extra deck. Now, I thought that he was going to try and do that. I don't think it was the right play, though. Because I thought it was too much risk involved. Just to get rid of one Dante that couldn't even do anything. The Dante wasn't doing anything. If you would have waited, you would have eventually gotten to a carrier. And then you could have distributed, you could have bounced the Dante and not had to worry about it. So, he hits a bunch of battle damage. Still has not seen that other scout. I mean, don't this dude run like 3 Summoner's Arts? Like, we know the first scout died, but you'd like to think that he'd be able to get to the second one. There's the carrier. He's going to attack the Sir. Which gets him Skarm. Once again, I wouldn't really be that concerned about a Skarm because you need another Burning Abyss to... Oh, well, fuck it. If you're going to top deck BAs like that, I mean, ain't really nothing I could do about it now, is there? The question will be, what does he want to bring out? He brings out the second Dante. He'll mill 3. I think he's going to hit a graph now. Okay, and he hits the graph. The only reason I say that I think he'll hit a graph because I think he's only used 1 this game. So, like, he was kind of due for a graph. As long as he has another Sir in there, I think he has a third Sir, he should win the duel right now. All he has to do is just put everybody in attack mode. He gets Farfa. Why is Farfa in defense mode? Okay, I'm not understanding why Farfa was summoned in defense mode. I really am not understanding. Okay, so instead of winning, instead of just winning right here with the Farfa, he opts not to. I'm just saying, you could have just won, but instead you decided not to win? Don't really get it. Alright, I mean, he's probably gonna win anyway, but I'm just saying in general, like, it didn't make sense not to to put the Farfa in attack mode, especially considering you had 5,400 life points. Like, what was the worst that was going to happen? There was literally nothing that Secret could do to stop you. Even if he was running Gores, at some point he would have had to attack over the Farfa. And it wouldn't have killed you, so, like, I don't know. That's a risk reward where the reward is like winning the game and the risk is like nothing. So, it didn't make any sense. Cause you never know what somebody can do. They might tribute for like Vanity's Fiend or something like that and end up slowing the duel down and then coming back and winning. I mean, he can't use Scout, so it's kind of busted, but just in general. Now, I noticed that he's running Valor. I don't know if I like Valor against this deck. I think I do know. I don't like Valor at all versus this deck. It works on Mathematician, and when Tour Guy was at 3, it was different. Because Burning Abyss was searching Tour Guide like every damn turn. That shit was annoying. But with Tour Guide at 1, forget about it. It's 3 maxi all day and all night. So it looks like he activates Monarch Stormforth. Goes for Helix. Okay, Dante will trigger. He can activate Lubick if he wants. Looks like he's going to take Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss. Which means he definitely better kill all of these monsters. So he can obviously attack the Farfa. It can't trigger. What is that other card in his hand? It must be another BA or something. I also don't know about Monarch Stormforth and the Burning Abyss. Like, if you're not playing Vanities and Majesty's Fiend, like, what's the point? Like, you're just tributing for like Helixes and stuff. Like, that's not gonna beat BA. Like, you need to be tributing for Vanity's Fiend and stuff. Because they have to have face-up BAs. I mean, I guess you could still normal summon in Fire Lake you, but just in general. Alright, now you should just make Acid Golem and attack. Okay, or Nightmare Shark, same thing. We're going to game 3. And a duel that Flame Champion should have, like, easily won. He obviously makes it a lot more difficult. Questionable siding by Secret. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Shadow Mirror, that's always legit against Burning Abyss. But come on, man, you gotta get Max C's in there. We saw you use Effect Veiler. I mean, don't get me wrong, it helped against that Tour Guide, but you got to get some Maxis in there, man. You go second, your opponent does all that shenanigans, special summoning inherently with the BA monsters, or not inherently, but with their effects, you definitely want to be able to capitalize on that. Especially when they have a field of like random monsters. They have like a Sur and a Lubick on board. Like, they have to pretty much exceed. They have to give you the cards. Because they don't want Lubick just getting attacked and getting nothing out of it. Even if they use his effect, it's not like netting them any advantage. And you've already been paid for Max C with the first draw, so I would definitely take second. Trying to think. I think maybe like 2 Shadow Mirrors, 3 Max C, and I think he was okay with I think he handled the back row pretty well, actually. Like, those trap stuns were pretty much getting it in. But looks like he doesn't want to get hit with Dante's. I don't know. I don't think I like Qliphort going first in this matchup anymore. If you open with Scout, obviously that helps, but you have to be able to defend against Burning Abyss. So maybe he has a Maxi or he has a legitimate hand trap. Flying C doesn't count because you can't use it while you have Scout. That is weird. He did not search and then activate Upstart. I don't like that. And activates Pot of Duality without at war. I don't understand what he's doing. I would definitely search first so that I can remove all of the, so I can remove the stuff that I can remove the potential card that I want to search for with Scout. Especially if I know I need purple cards. Like, if you know you need traps, then get rid of the monsters. Like, go ahead and search the monsters with Scout or whatever you're going to search, sacrifice, whatever, and then activate Upstart and Duality. It's not like the sacrifice is going anywhere. Okay, so we see him only have 1 card face down, which is not generally great against Burning Abyss. First move is to try and special summon. See, this is where you need Maxi, buddy. But for some reason, you decided to activate Duality and Pot afterwards. He could end up technically losing straight right off of this. Because if Virgil spins back the sacrifice and he gets attacked and he loses his Scout to like an MST, he could just lose off of this one play. He goes for Dante instead. I guess he's just conceding the Helix. Alright, so he's gonna go 3 deep. Oh, well, he hit Farfa. Which can't do anything. It just dawned on me. But he can use Lubick, though. He can use that. He can use the Lubick and he can, what's it called? Oh, wait, it's only when Tribute Summon. I'm dumb. I'm so stupid. Alright, so he's gonna let him get the search from Sacrifice. But you know what? That won't technically matter if he just kills him. So he specials Graph. Now Mirror Force actually looks legit. Because he can Mirror Force the Graph and it wouldn't trigger. Now I wonder if he has a Crush card or a Fire Lake set. And that's why he did that play. Alright, so during the end phase he'll get his search. Helix will come back. So he gets Sir. Probably indicating that he has like a Regeki break or a Karma cut or something. I mean, he can definitely bait the card out with the Helix as long as he's able to tribute. Losing his Sacrifice means that he won't be able to tribute for one of his dudes right away. Dude, don't forget the Helix. You're probably going to need that. Oh, wow. I wasn't wrong. Yeah, you couldn't Farfa. Because it's level 4. I was like, wait, isn't it level 4? Maybe I'm just wrong. Yeah, he could activate Farfa, but he couldn't have, what's it called? It's when normal or tributed. If this card is normal summoned, which it was, it is unaffected by activated effects from any monster whose original level / rank is lower than this card's current level. So, wow, talk about fucking up the duel. I mean, that's a massive replay because he special Graph after that and everything. That's like complete irreparable game state, but whatever. I guess they're gonna play through. For some reason I was like, wait, is it only when Tribute Summon? I was like, but wait, isn't it level 4 and Farfa's level 3? So, okay, I guess they're gonna go backwards. I mean, he can still attack with Dante. But then he has a lot more life points to play around with. You have to be at 72 because you paid, you paid for Scout. See, reading cards is fundamental, kids. Sometimes you psych yourself out. Oh my goodness, Sacrifice is $2. This card is worthless. So he's gonna attack with Dante. That's going to defense position. Nothing he can really do about that. He's still gonna special summon the Graph in attack mode. It seems kind of weird. Like, I would probably special summon it in defense mode now, right? I guess Flame Champion has probably forgotten about that, but it just seems like I probably would have put it in defense mode. And he's already surged because he has a card in hand. He didn't originally. So, looks like everything's going to be pretty much the same. So he's going to tribute for stealth. Goodbye, Dante. And he probably wants to do this to see if he can snipe out the Fire Lake or snipe out one of the cards before using Scout. And also he wants to guarantee that he still has the Helix on board. Like, he doesn't want to just get Fire Lake and get blown out. Oh my god, he hit the Fire Lake. Oh man, the sniping is real. Let's see what the chat says about that. Yeah, that was definitely a good snipe. So that was the right way to do it. What Secret did, he should not have activated stealth, he should not have activated Scout before doing that play, because he would have gotten Fire Late and he would have lost. If you knew you had stealth, then you could just tribute for it. Your opponent probably would have expected you to use Scout first, but you basically just sneak attack them. It's like RKO out of nowhere, Qliphort stealth out of nowhere. You end up sniping the biggest card that was a threat to you. I mean, he didn't know he was going to snipe the Fire Lake, but you get lucky. But the minimum, he was going to get a back row card. His opponent wasn't going to be able to chain it, and he was going to get rid of the Dante. So the question becomes now, is he able to just close the deal? Obviously searching for Monolith, wanting to get a draw. Everyone draws so good. I mean, what are you gonna do? Stealth is a really good card. And unless you happen to have like Crush Card Virus right now, which if you had it, you definitely better burn it so you can get rid of the Monolith and you can get rid of the Stealth. But then probably, he wouldn't have just blindly used Crush Card during like the draw phase if he knew that he had Fire Lake. Although technically, that would have been the better play actually. Because you still could have Fire Laked after the Graph resolved. You could have just had Graph get another Skarm or whatever and you still could have Fire Laked them. So he's going to Pendulum 1. No, he's Pendulum 2. The question will be, does he get Sir and does he just try and sit there with Dante? No, wait, Dante got spun back to the extra deck. Can't get Dante. Okay, well, he's definitely in a bad spot now. Any guesses on what that back row could be for Secret? I'm gonna say, well, if it was Trap Stun, he didn't have to use it. I mean, he could still be waiting to burn it. And he is playing kind of aggressive, so, I mean, there's a good chance it could be Trap Stun. So Stealth is gonna kill the Skarm. And then Helix should get a direct attack. Okay. I mean, Secret's in control of this duel. He just has to make sure that, I don't know, outside of Fire Lake, I feel like there isn't. Burning Abyss don't really have a oh my god, wreck your comeback card. I mean, Tour Guide won't do it in this situation. Cause Tour Guide can only do but so much. Like, if you Tour Guide right now, yeah, you can get a Graph and a Dante and all that, but like, that doesn't even kill the Stealth. Let alone the let alone the Scout. Now, I guess if you combine it with Dark Hole, it can become an oh my god sack card. But he does have 2 face down cards. Let's see if either one of them are good. Alright. Solemn Warning. And that really hurts Flame Champion because he can't special summon as he has a back row card. You had better find a way to get rid of one of those Pendulum Scales. Otherwise, that Dark Hole was for nothing. Alright, looks like he didn't, and the Dark Hole alone, the Pendulum Summon alone would have probably killed him, but he did still have a Stealth Search, a Scout Search, and he had a draw phase as well, potentially even more draws with Monolith. An interesting duel there, an entertaining duel there. I actually like watching Qliphort and Burning Abyss battle it out. Thank you guys for watching as always.